Hello everyone. How are we doing, Birmingham? Yep, so I'm going to be very quick because we're short on time. So I've been asked to come up, share a little bit about my journey, my entrepreneurial journey. So some of you here know me as a greatness coach. Others know me as Tobago Boy, Paradise Boy. I have many names. I'm not going to go through all of them now. But a little bit about myself. I've had over 25 different jobs, ran many businesses. My most recent role, I was a talent scout and a model manager for a global modeling agency. And I was headhunted by the man who trained up Jessie J and got her recognised as an artist. Now he took her to all the record labels in the UK. She was rejected by all of them. Eventually they took her to New York, where she was signed up by Virgin Records. The rest is history, and he still gets paid royalties from her today, which he didn't want to share with me. I asked him many times, wouldn't give me any of that. Most recently, I was supposed to be in Miami for a photo shoot, where I was managing the models, and the company were presenting a documentary which I was supposed to present, and I walked away from all of that. I was in, as Akmal was saying, most people work their whole lives to get to a position where they can relax on a paradise island and have an amazing lifestyle. I've actually just walked away from that. I was in Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago in the house. I was in the beautiful island of Tobago. This is all from Tobago here. The sunset, Pigeon Point. That was my favourite place in the whole island. I'm not going to spend too much of that because I've got limited time. But I did not come back to the UK for the weather. Summer, I'm not sure what's happened. I think it was trapped at customs. Summer heard that UK left the EU and it went with it. I know not where. So I came back here for an opportunity. So I'm going to share a little bit about why I walked away from an amazing opportunity. I walked away from paradise to do what you guys have come to see here today. So as you can see, Clearwater's here. I'm not going to look at it because I'm getting heartbroken thinking about the memories. But more important than me, why are you here today? And what are you looking for? I left that to come here. So I'm assuming most people here have either got a job, or you run a business, or you're contracting, or you're doing something where you're already investing a lot of your time and energy. But most of us have dreams and goals in life. We want to have a bigger car, a better house. Like me, my goal was to leave the UK, now I'm back here for my sins. But we all want to achieve something in life, and we have to look at the activities that we're doing, and we all have a financial vehicle, whether it be a job, a business, whatever it is that we may be doing. Now we have to be realistic with ourselves. If we continue to do what we've done in the last 6 to 12 months, are we going to get any closer to achieving our goals in the next 6 to 12 months? If you cannot, and you don't need to answer me, but if you cannot answer yes honestly to yourself, then you need to have a serious look at what we're doing today, because it has the opportunity to transform your life forever. So, the relative joy of entrepreneurship. As you can see, lots of highs, lots of lows. I had a lot of content to share with you today, but unfortunately you guys weren't on time, so I got cut it very short. I'm going to talk about success versus failure. Now, we all look at successful people, we look at where they are, but we don't really look at what they had to go through to get there. We look at the most successful people in life, and they fail the most. Now, here's just a few examples. Bill Gates failed my exam in subjects, but my friend passed. Now he's an engineer in Microsoft, and I'm the owner. So there's a hint there. Skilled people work for the people with vision. Famous failures. I'm not going to go what's on there, but I'm sure you can read it. But we look at where these successful people are, we don't look at the process. The most successful people in life have failed the most. Success and failure intricately linked. You cannot have one without the other. They're like Siamese twins. And the only difference between the master and the student is that the master has failed more times than the student has even attempted. I'm going to repeat that one more time. The master has failed more times than the student has even attempted. Fear stops us from doing what needs to be done, what is necessary, and what is required, because we don't feel like it. So, winners versus losers. Now, I've come across a lot of people in life who are far more gifted, far more skillful, far more intelligent, better looking, have more going for them than people at the top. So why is it that these people remain at the bottom? Why is it that they remain a loser? They have very common traits. And these traits are, number one, they're scared of losing. Number two, they're scared of being rejected. Number three, they want everything to be perfect before they act. They want the sun, the moon, and the stars all to be in alignment before they take any action. If you wait for things to be perfect before you act, guess what? You're never going to act and you're never going to get anything happen. You look at any successful people in this company, outside this company, I've studied successful people, I've worked with them, they act whether they feel like it or not. Now, in order to become great, we need to start first. All of us may not be great when we start, but you have to start in order to be great. And the secret behind my greatness is not myself. I simply surround myself with people who are far more skillful, far more successful, have far more going than me. In all honesty, I don't know why they hang around with me. But this is a very important point I'm going to make. If you've got notepads, pens, iPads, whatever, put this note down. We can only act on the level at which we see ourselves, our self-image. We cannot act above and beyond that. So if we see someone who, let's say you've got confidence level from 0 to 10, if we see someone who's a 10 and we're a 5, are we realistically going to go approach that person? No. They're going to go on a chicken list, or you're not going to talk to them, you're just going to run away from them. Those are the people that you need to speak to first. But how can you speak to them if you're not on that level? You have to work on yourself. You have to improve your self-belief, your confidence, or use your team who are already successful. I'm going to talk a bit about that later. So coming back to losers, they're scared of losing, they're scared of being rejected, they need things to be perfect, and they're scared of failing. And this fear of failure cripples them. Because of that, they never stretch, they never grow, they never push themselves out of their comfort zone, and they never live the lives that they were designed and created to be. They sacrifice a great life to live a life of mediocrity and quiet desperation. And that's when depression, anxiety, all kinds of things kick in. Okay, so those are the losers. Now if you look at the winners, they're actually, I've seen a lot of winners who, I'm not going to mention any names, but I've met plenty of winners, people who are successful making results, who are less skilled, less qualified, have less going for them, and not talented. Some of them are but ugly, but that's besides the point. But they don't have that much going for them. So why is it that they succeed? Because they've got to a point where enough is enough is enough. They've been through enough crap, they've failed so many times, that they get to a point that I'm going to make this work now. Okay, so I'm going to leave that point for a second. I'm going to come back to that. This is very powerful. To go on from my point I just made. Michael Jordan, we all know him as successful. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. 9,000! Now we look at how many baskets he's got, but 9,000, that's insane. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the winning game shot and missed. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. We cannot succeed if we do not fail first. Failure is necessary for success. It's neither good, it's neither bad, it's part of the process. The sooner you start to accept it, the sooner you accelerate and grow. So choices and commitment, this is very powerful. Now, the bad news, would you guys like the good news first or the bad news? Generally people want the bad news first. So the bad news, where we are today is a direct result of all the choices and all the actions that you've taken today. It's about looking in the mirror. The good news, we're not a tree, we can change. Everything comes out of two things. That's the basis of all my coaching, and I've learned this from some extremely successful people. Where we are, where we'll get to, is all down to the choices we make and our commitment to those choices. So if you look at the winners now, they get to a point where I've had enough, I'm going to make this happen now, and I don't care how hard it's going to take. I don't care whether I feel like it or not. I don't care how hard it is or how long it takes. I'll never quit until I get the job done. That's what commitment means. Whereas on the other side, New Year's Day is a good example. How many people on New Year's Day are like, I'm going to start a new job. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to look sexier for my partner, or whatever your reason can be. And then you make that choice, you've committed to it, and in 5 seconds, 5 hours, 5 days, 5 weeks later, however long the feeling lasts, you stop. That's not what it takes to be successful. It's about doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Team. Now this is very powerful. It's not the team with the best players that win, it's the players with the best team that wins. And I just want a quick shout out to the Welsh in the house. Oh my, where's the Welsh? You're supposed to make more noise than that. There's a few over here, but I was expecting an uproar from you guys. But all right, I might tread on a few egos here, but if you compare the English to the Welsh, I'm from London, so it's, I hope not hurt anyone's feelings. So I should have asked your permission first, so I'm just going to go ahead anyway. But if you look at the way these two teams played, the English team, no leadership. The management had no idea what they were doing. They had no structure, no organisation, no discipline. No one wanted to take responsibility. Now, individually in the Premier League, they're all awesome. They're amazing players, yet as a team, they could not play together because they had no idea what they were doing. And because of that, mistakes crept in, their belief dropped, you could see it, and because of that, they had no pride, no passion, and they played with fear. They were playing not to lose. Whereas if you look at the Iceland team, the manager's a part-time dentist. He takes teeth out most of the week, and he was managing the Iceland team. The players are part-timers. Most of them, I don't even know what they do, if they're dustbin or not, but they play football on the weekends. And they came in, they had management, they had structure, they had organisation, they were concise, they played as a cohesive unit. Because of that, they had good communication, they knew what they were doing, they played with pride, passion, and they were fearless, and they had nothing to lose. And that is an important point. Losers play not to lose. Winners play to win. And how can you compete with someone who has nothing to lose but everything to gain? That's exactly what Iceland played with. But in all fairness to England, they had a lot of expectation, they had a lot of pressure. But that's what happens when you don't hit results. And especially in this industry, a lot of the companies tell you that you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. I'm here to tell you today that's bullshit. Because not everyone can do it. Anyone can do it, but you need the correct skills. There's 3 things that are necessary. You need the correct skills, you need to be working with someone who knows exactly what they're doing, and you need to have a system and strategy in place. If you don't, you'll end up like the English team out of Europe. Now I'm sure no one wants that. So that's what you need to be successful in life. It's like a Ferrari. Now a Ferrari can go from 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds. But if those 4 wheels are going in 4 different directions, that car will not move. It's important to have unity and to work as a cohesive unit. Within this LTW company, there's many teams, many organizations. We must unite and we must come together as a team, as one unit. If not, if we do not grow as a team, we will die as individuals. And that is very important. So that's just talking about team. The dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately. I was going to do a section on that, but not enough time. And the Welsh manager, this is very powerful. Dare to dream and don't be afraid to fail. I failed more times than I've succeeded, but I'm not afraid to fail. And that is the biggest limitation, the fear of failure. One of Bruce Lee's most famous quotes, which I love, the only thing in life stopping us from achieving our dreams, desires and goals is our inability to conquer our own fear and our lack of courage and confidence to follow our own path. Nowhere in that statement does it mention outside circumstances or other people. If we're continually placing blame on other people, circumstances, we will not progress. Because in life, it's human nature to criticize, judge, and condemn without knowing the correct facts. Because that is far easier than looking in the mirror, assessing our own weaknesses, our own flaws, our own inadequacies, because that means we've got to step up, take responsibility and actually do something. And that's very painful. That's the truth. Greatness coach has spoken. This is what I coach for a living. Because we actually step up and take responsibility and do something, and most people do not like to act. They will do anything to avoid actually taking action. So that's very important. Here as well, a lot of people start a new endeavor. You have a dream, you've got relatives, friends, guilt, society, fear, and all these people are looking to cut you down. It's important to have a big dream, to have a reason why you're doing something. If you don't, then you'll never get through. I know you don't want to hear this, but nothing of great value comes easily, and nothing that comes easily is of any great value. If anyone tells you that there's a quick get-rich-quick scheme, you can make any money overnight, I would run a mile, because that does not exist, unless you've robbed a bank or something like that. But if you're willing to fight, if you're willing to strive, if you're willing to suffer and sacrifice, if you're willing to endure, there's nothing that you cannot achieve. It's not about how big you can dream, it's about how long you can dream big. Champions. I'm going to end very quickly now, but what's the word? I've forgotten the word now, but not a testimony, but in homage to Muhammad Ali, there was another word, I'm lost for words at the moment, but champions. Now, champions are not made in the gym. Champions are made from something deep within them. Dream, desire, vision, goal. They have to be fastest, strongest, best. They have to have last-minute stamina. They have to have the will, the skill, and the strength. But the will must be stronger than the skill and the strength. For the skill and the strength, they can be acquired, they can be gained, they can be trained. The will cannot, it's God-given. We cannot create something inside which was not in the first place, but we can improve upon it. Killer instinct, my friend, I have it, you too. It's the hunger, the passion, the burning desire. For when the dream's big enough, the facts simply don't count. So, if not you, then who? If not now, then when? Anyone heard of Facebook? Silly question, right? Yet, in 2004, in a bedroom dorm, Mark Zuckerberg sent an email to lots of people, and they mocked him, they laughed at him, they didn't turn up for the meeting in the boardroom, in the bedroom even, or wherever it was. Sounded dodgy in the bedroom, wherever they had the meeting. But how many people invite people to the meeting? How many people have invited people here today that haven't turned up? Oh, so no one's inviting people. I thought you're supposed to be calling and prospecting people. So no one's invited anyone today that, yeah, all right, so there's a few people doing some work. The rest of you that come, that's awesome, but how many times do we invite people that didn't turn up? Why do you get bent out of shape? Mark Zuckerberg, the two other guys, I forget their names, they're billionaires today. This room is nothing compared to what it will be. That's why I left Trinidad and Tobago to come here, because I saw vision with the company. Man without vision shall perish. And what is vision? Vision is simply the ability to see ahead before it was. If we look at the most successful people in history, they always started with an end goal in sight. They knew exactly what they wanted and why. They were crystal clear with that vision, and they worked backwards. But they knew that along the journey there'll be trials, tribulations, sacrifices, hardships. There'll be family members trying to turn them down. They'd get mocked, ridiculed, and cursed. But they endured. Because they endured, they hung on for long enough, and they eventually got to their goal. Whereas losers, failures, when the hard times come, as they will, they give up, they quit, they give in. That's when anxiety, depression, stress kick in. So, stop being afraid of what could go wrong, and start being excited about what could go right. Now, how many of you work in a job where you're appreciated, valued, and overpaid? No one. Okay. So you just want to make sure I'm talking to the right audience. Most people work at a job where they feel undervalued, underappreciated, and they're sick and tired of working for the boss. Now, I've had over 25 different jobs, many different industries, and what I found is this. It does not matter how hard we work. We are never paid what the position, profession, or job value is worth. We are paid what the going rate is. Now, if there's a recession or downturn, or you get kicked out of the EU, like we've done recently, and the position, profession, job value comes downhill, so does our value. It doesn't mean that we're worth any less, it just means the company cannot afford to pay us anymore, and there's uncertainty. And what I found, and what didn't make sense to me, is that the company that I worked for, and I built companies, I used to make these guys lots of money, and they made more money off my hard work and effort than I could or would. Who's ever felt like that before? What's that all about? There, one hand at the back, one hard-working person in the room. The rest of you guys, I don't know what you do. But yeah, woo to you. So, and it didn't make sense to me, because these guys are making more hard work and effort off me than I can. But that's the way it is. If you're working for a business or company and it's not yours, you're building someone else's vision, someone else's future, someone else's dream. That's why I left working with a guy who trained up Jesse J. Awesome guy, love him to bits, he wants me to come back, but I'm not building anything of my own. I want to work with LTW and the teams here, because we're building something, we're creating. That's why I left Trinidad and Tobago. Every time I think of it, it's like, what the hell am I doing here? But it's the vision of the company, that's why I'm here. And I'm excited about that. So, there's lots more I want to go through. I'm going to cut it short because I'm out of time, and give the other guys a chance to speak. But I want to leave you with this thought. Now, choice and commitment, right? Everyone's come here today. Who came here today for free food? We've got some of these people at the back. So, everyone came here to find out how to make more money, more time, freedom, travel like I did in Tobago, to own your own life. That's why I came back. I had a good lifestyle there. It wasn't perfect. There were problems in paradise. There's no 4G in Trinidad and Tobago, would you believe it? They've got no 4G, and I'm in there trying to do my work on the Skype, and I can't do anything. But I was building there with WhatsApp, Skype, and Facebook Messenger. I came back to the UK, I didn't have a mobile phone for a week, and I was still building this business. So how many people have got excuses? We've all got excuses. But challenges, everyone has them. But a challenge or problem is only a problem if you look at it as a challenge or a problem. Now, I've had many failed businesses, broken health, broken relationships. I've had 9 seizures in the last 6 years. I'm actually registered disabled, and I've had to rebuild my life. And that took some doing. So everyone has excuses or challenges, because I might be going through something, and the rest of the world and you guys might see as easy, but for me it might be impossible. Just like you guys, you might be going through something, and for you it might be impossible, but for the rest of the world it's easy. It's not about comparing ourselves to other people, it's about being the best that you can possibly be. But you have a choice once you see the presentation. Who's here for the first time? Okay, wow. Who's not with the business? Okay, you people, can you stand up, please? Yeah, so these are people that are not with the business, haven't signed up, and we need to sort this out, people. So all of you guys are all registered. We need to get more new people in the room. So I'm going to be speaking to you new people. So you're going to see the presentation. You can sit down, guys. So I won't make you stand up. But once you go home today, you've got a choice. You're going to look at this opportunity and you're going to see, is there something in there for me? Can I really fit this into my lifestyle? Because a lot of people have objections. I'm too busy, I don't have the time, my dog needs me, I need to run this by my business partner, my wife, my cat, my dog. All these excuses, again, they're all bullshit. There's only one real objection people have. Can I do what you do? Will you help me? That's it. That's the only 2 things you need to address. So repeat that one more time. You can do this. Can I do this? Can I make this work for me? Will you help me? The first law of leadership, make people feel special. If you don't believe in them, they will not believe in themselves. This is about raising people, raising leaders, not tearing people down, or no egos, or no agenda. It's about the betterment of all. So, where else would you be in a job where the CEO of the company is going to sit with you and help you build your job or business? Yeah, I see one head shaking there straight. It's not going to happen. That's exactly what happens in this business. You've got entrepreneurs here, like myself, like the people who are successful, who are willing to give their time to invest in you. Because guess what? They need you to succeed. If you don't succeed, they don't. Now, I can't think of a better deal than that. They're going to invest their time and energy into you. So, are you committed? Are you reliable? Are you hardworking? Are you... Awesome, yeah. So, I'll ask that again. I'll give you a chance to answer. Sorry, I was too fast there. So, are you committed?
Yes!
Or if this front row is committed, everyone else, what are you doing? The only committed people in the house are in the front row. Alright, now everyone's thinking about it. They're waking up. Alright. So you're committed, yes. Are you reliable? Yes. Fantastic. Are you hardworking? Yes. Are you willing to do whatever it takes?
Yes.
Brilliant. Are you teachable? Are you coachable?
Yes.
Are you willing to learn new skills?
Yes.
Awesome. Because people ask me, how did you get to where you are, James? How have you done this? How have you done that? Would you like to know what I told them? Yes. Whatever it bloody takes. That's it. I don't care. I left Trinidad and Tobago to come here. I really want to do that. But I'll do whatever it takes to get the job done. And that's it. That's the only difference between people who are successful or not. The desire to get there and to do whatever it takes. So you've got a choice to work with people who are going to invest their time, their energy to help you succeed because they need to. Or you can go back to your job. You can forget about it. And this can be just like a distant memory in your past, and you can go back to your boss and live in lives that you've already lived and just be happy with that. But you have a choice. But once you leave this room today, one thing you cannot say is you cannot say that I've not had a chance, I haven't had an opportunity, I'm unlucky, because that's all bullshit. Because you have an opportunity today. And I'm going to leave you with this one thought. This front row here, I love you guys. No one else is making a noise. These guys are awesome. And I love the pink scarves as well. Purple scarves. Sorry. I'm colourblind. Purple. Yeah. Can I have one? Can I have one scarf? I'll leave it. Yeah, I feel left out. So I'm going to leave you with this one thought. If you forget everything else I've said today, this one thought. Pens, no one's got pens. You've all got photographic memories. Look, there's one person there. So this one thought. Opportunity only comes along once. Second time, he sends his daughter misfortune. Don't open the door to her. Stay blessed.